Welcome everybody who's watching this real time, or if you're watching it after the fact, like at 2 or 3 in the morning, like I do. And thank you so much, Patrizia Panza. She is joining us all the way from Rome, Italy. It's about 5 p.m. her time. We just found that out. And welcome, Patrizia.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I have a flower for you.
You're so kind. You're always so kind. You're a flower. You're more than a rose.
So, Patrizia, do you recognize my beautiful art in the background?
Yes, absolutely. I'm astonished.
So, first off, Patrizia is from Poetical. You say it because I don't say it right. Poetical Living Design.
Poetical Living Interior Design Studio.
Poetical Living Interior Design Studio. And we're going to get into Patrizia's background, and we'll go over the topics that we advertised. She's going to share a lot of great stuff with us. You want to watch this on YouTube after it's been contact information added. YouTube channel is Tada by Cat, Tadabykat. And because we're going to have some special photographs, I'm not versed on bringing in photographs. I know you can do it, but I didn't want to test it on you, Patrizia, but it is going to be brought into the version in YouTube. So I looked at them the other day. They are absolutely phenomenal. And we're going to talk about that a little bit, get folks intrigued, but just absolutely beautiful. So they will be on the YouTube channel. And just a little plug up front, please, please, please share this video and share the fact that we are trying to get our YouTube subscribers up to 100. When we do, we will get our own URL. So we're, beyond excited about that. But you do need to go in and subscribe and then hit the bell. Some people wonder, why do I hit the bell? Because the bell will let you know when new stuff is loaded, and we're loading stuff every week, sometimes twice a week. So you want to do that. We're also having a contest. So it's so funny because one of my, designer stager friends signed up, and I said, yeah, you probably don't need the prize because it's a consultation, a Zoom consultation. And he's like, well, actually I do. I'm doing my own house. And you know how it is when you do your own space, it's hard for you to have that, that view, that, that detached view, right? I tell people I always get my daughter, who's also a stager on our team, Tanya, if you're out there. Hi, Tanya. And she's my second eyes on everything because, you spend your time beautifying spaces or teaching people how to beautify spaces all day long. And then you come to your space and, your brain gets pickled sometimes, right?
Yes.
So I say all that I'm digressing. No. Shoot me a message and tell me that you subscribed, because YouTube does not tell me who unless you're on a non-private mode, and most people are private. So shoot me a text, and then we're collecting those names, and Siri's going to select a winner for every 20 increments. We're hoping before November to get to 100 is our goal. So enough of that. And Jeff, actually my partner, my husband, and my proctor should be posting a link, and it's just a bunch of numbers, as he said, but it'll take you right to the YouTube channel. So, Patrizia, thank you again. Thank you for joining me. Patrizia and I met, how many years ago? A couple?
A couple.
3? Yeah, 2 or 3 years ago.
2 years ago. 2
yes.
years ago in the springtime here in Rome.
Yes.
It was the 14th of April, 2018. Yes.
Yes.
Now, it was the first.
Were you at the conference? Did we meet at the first European IAHSP conference?
Yes.
Yes. So I had the pleasure and honor.
Probably we didn't have the chance to talk,
to connect like we did at conference. Yes. But I did visit your beautiful city, and really had the opportunity to travel with some of our U.S. Staging sisters, Verena as one, and Sandra, and just had a memorable time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Visiting Florence and Venice, and it was just really magical. But so I was saying, I don't know if I was saying or I was typing this, that the aesthetic, the European aesthetic, I've had the opportunity to connect with a lot of European staging sisters and brothers across the country, across the globe. And I just love the aesthetic that is, like we're going to talk about Scandinavian, a cleaner, and much of that is, their spaces are quite different. Challenges for staging and design sisters and brothers in Europe, are multi-level, small spaces. So it really lends itself to a more clean aesthetic, a more minimalist aesthetic, which I just love, absolutely love.
Because he has to stage mostly apartments, because in our towns, in our small towns, we mostly live in flats and buildings, in condo.
And I read on your bio that you do Airbnb, right? They're probably apartments and condos.
Most of us decided to do business thanks to their properties. So vacation rentals or B&B is a great business, because Italy is a country where the tourism is the core business. Core business. So in the last 2-3 years, has become really a great business. And so this means to stage these places to be attractive for guests, first of all. So staging for selling is only a part of our business as stagers or as designers for interior spaces. Because
let me ask you this, Patrizia. I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to make sure we get through all the topics. Tell us a little bit in your part of the country, when you do Airbnb, what does your package look like? Do you provide all of the, like there's requirements, multiple sheets, multiple, whatever, fire district, all the accoutrements, or do you do just the staging and then they take care of, or someone else takes care of the logistics of the details?
So it depends. It depends about the aspect and the conditions of the flat, of the property we are going to work to. I'm an architect, so I can give to my clients a whole pack with redesign for the property to go on business, and so about all technological systems they need to be okay with the laws of the country to open a place for the hospitality. So we have to respect some laws. And on the other side, I had the chance to stage places to give them the right atmosphere, to be attractive, and to be able to understand where people are. I mean, in Rome, we have to show that the location is an ancient city with a great history. So we have the chance to do a concept that is fitted for that place. And the contest is so important to create the right concept for a right project to be able to help the business grow.
Yes, yes. So what I'm hearing you say, it's so rich in history and architect. The buildings are just phenomenal. I mean, parts of Europe, Italy, France, other parts, sometimes just the columns underneath a highway, can be gilded with gold,
yeah.
right? It's like gold.
Because we have a lot of fragments of our ancient history. Yes. And in each part of Italy and also in other parts of Europe, you can find hidden secrets. Yes. You can discover. And when we have to create the concepts, we have the chance to reveal the secrets that the guests can discover in his home trip. For example, once I had the chance to make a project for a house for a rental, vacation rental, right, in the center of Rome, near Termini station, the rail station Termini, and it's a relevant place full of history between ancient Roman history and Paleo-Christianic history, Christian history. So I wanted to use some pictures, some photographs made by one of my best friends, who was now a great photographer, one of the most important photographers of people, of cultures, of different cultures. He arrived until Mexico to photograph peoples and Afghanistan, Pakistan, and in Rome, it took the great photos in 70s, 60s about the experimental theater. And so, about some ancient environments near Rome. So I decided to create in the corridor of these ancient apartments that has a corridor and all the rooms on the left, on the right, because it's very typical in Rome to have the entrance, a corridor, and all the rooms on the right and on the left.
In the left, yes.
And so this very, very not comfortable space, like a corridor, I designed it as a gallery of these wonderful photographs. And it became another space. An experience. So what was an accident, it became an event for
people. I love that, Patrizia. And you talk about that, again, Patrizia mentioned briefly, she has an architectural background. That's very, you see that quite a bit in Europe. They have an architectural background, stagers do, and designers have architectural background. But I just want to read something from your short bio here, talking about she discovered, after studying architecture, interior design, and acting, which I didn't know you were an actor. We'll have to talk online because I'm kind of an actor too.
Yeah, yes, I know. I know.
But I want to finish here. She discovered the magical, and I use that word a lot because what we do is magic. We're visual storytellers. The magic potential of home staging, and I just love. Tell me how you came up with because I feel they might be intertwined. The name Poetical Living. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Poetical Living was born 2 years ago exactly during the conference in Rome. And
Wow.
yes, absolutely. And I consider its birthday the date of that conference.
Oh.
Because that day went online the English version, so the international version for to honor the creator of home staging. So, and poetical living meant for me to show what I had to study during my academic studies in architecture. For my last exam, I had to study philosophy of language.
And you speak multiple, like you speak French as well, correct?
A little bit,
Okay.
a little bit.
Parlez-vous français?
Oui, oui, madame, je parle.
Dis bien de chuchotement.
Yeah. Je parle seulement un peu, je l'étudie à l'école. Et alors,
Oui.
parlo meglio italiano. I speak better in Italian than in French. And during this experience, I met a philosopher who talks about the relationship between building, thinking, and dwelling. And poetical living is the main words in one of his poems. I think I can read this because I have here.
Please.
And okay, I found in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, here I am. So we deserve, but yet poetically, live a man on this earth. So there is a great connection between our confidence on ourselves and to be able to make an experience of dueling poetically.
Love it.
I mean, to be able to reach the essence of ourselves in the spaces we are living. We are able to have a third eye to see what is not visible.
The third eye.
Oh, the third eye, yes. Sure. So it's not, for me, it's not a brand. It's a true way to make sense to the distance. So
I love that, to make sense of the distance. You use the word connection, to make sense of the distance, to express joy, but also to have others, see and feel that joy, whether it's in their space or in their space to sell for the potential buyer who feels, our dear founder Barb Schwarz in Europe said of many of her Barbisms, staging is a feeling, and isn't it? Staging, design, all of that, it's a feeling. You can't put your finger on it. It's the third eye. It's all of the senses. So I love how you articulate that. Yeah, that's really beautiful.
I found that home staging was able to collect all my points of view in the different kinds of experience. I mean, in architecture, in theater, or in art.
So let's talk about theater. I had no idea that you had a theater background and set design. I've got some theater background too. I was a pent up actor, I guess. I still am. But we're all acting. The world is all a stage, right? Tell me a little bit about your set design and how that parlayed, which it all does, but talk about that a little bit.
No, I had an experience as assistant with a director and scenographer, architect involved in opera.
Opera, wow.
Opera, yes. So
Wow.
sophisticated, so sophisticated.
Yes.
And I had to draw the executive drawings to create the scenes for 1 year. And I had another experience as assistant of another director, a great actor in theater and cinema and TV, with a tragical drama. Yes.
But it all, you know, it all, you know, you've got to, you know, it took everything, you know, I can see how you've parlayed everything into your design, excuse me, and staging, because you're talking spatial development, color, lighting, you know, everything really, you know, is transferable into the design.
Absolutely. In fact, the Barbschwarz background in theater can help us to understand what kind of connection exists between setting in the theater and setting in the true life for the real estate market.
Absolutely. And, to create that emotion.
Emotion is about multi-sensory experience live for people who are searching for a new life in a new context, in a new space, in a new place.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that there is a difference between space and place, because the space is a physical space. This is where you can where we have to organize physically objects in the space, and place it is the expression of the soul.
It's what welcomes you home. I look at it, yes. It's what welcomes you home.
The essence of that space.
Yes, the essence of that space. Yes. I love it. I love it. Okay, so you know, staging, I'm going to go, you know, on our topics here, staging for living versus selling in European. Just give me a couple touch points, because I really want to get on to the next two topics.
Yes.
But just give me, is there anything, do you think in you know, what you can gather that's different from the US, that's different between dwelling or selling in the European market?
Yes, first of all, for selling, we in Europe mostly use neutral colors and minimal staging. I mean, a minimum to obtain the maximum results. We usually have small budgets, small investment. People is able to spend. So at the first time, some stagers use cardboard furniture.
Yes.
To reduce the investment for staging.
Yes.
But we don't usually do table setting in staging for selling. We only
why is that?
Because we think we are another culture. We have another target than in America, in US. So people in Europe can think that is a makeup. So it's false. So
it's here, false. Yes. Let me talk about that briefly. And we're seeing a change here now. If someone's watching this and they're a stager that dresses the entire table, power to you. But what I've seen is, and my team knows, the most we will ever do is maybe a long table with a simple something on each end. I think that the consumers are smarter now, and they want, I'm going to call it a wabi-sabi, if you know that word, more of a relaxed elegance. They don't want it looking, like you said, forced. Now, I'm still a huge, huge fan of fake food, or what I call faux food, but because I come from a model home, I invest in some of the most expensive and real life. I mean, we had a chocolate torte with fruit on the top, like you get in Europe, on a table last year, and my husband and I kept wanting to take a piece out of it. It looks so delicious. But I hear what you're saying, and I do see in the U.S. even, what I've seen and studied, that we're not really seeing those, like you said, forced. Where it doesn't look inviting and comfortable, because nobody that I know of has a full table set up all the time. It's a dust collector. So I love that, the minimalist, approach in Europe. So that's going to take us into our second topic, minimal style. And here's what I love of what you've added to this, my dear, because you created these titles. We corroborated together.
Yes.
A minimal style.
Okay.
For a simple, metaphysic, maybe harmonious sense of space. I love that. And talk about that. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yes, I found a quote by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, who is the author of The Little Prince, about the essence of minimal style. He says, perfection in design is achieved not when there is nothing more to add, but when there is nothing left to take away. So we can reach the perfection, or we can reach a sense of calm or quietness, or pureness of view, when the object on this or the space we arrive in is able to make me free from trivial, from disorder, and
excess energy. I use a term when I teach classes, and I know you teach as well. I call the small tchotchkes, or too much stuff, interference. For people who relate to sports, it's visual interference, which parlays into what you're saying. When the eye has places to rest, which is why we use black and white in between color. And as you'd mentioned, and we're taught this as well, when we're doing final tweaking in a room, you look at it many directions and say, what do I need to add, fix, or change? What do I need to take away? More than likely, there's something you need to remove for that space to work, right?
Absolutely. And the minimal style, the minimal approach can see a master in Mies van der Rohe aphorism, the famous less is more. But less is more is deeper in sense than we usually think. He designed his spaces as open flowing spaces, mostly for the living area, where he creates arrangements in the different areas of the open space, using, for example, some slabs some screen in marble or in ebony.
Yes, and we don't have those pictures right now, but everybody who's watching, one of the photos.
We have to divide the open space and create different zones.
Yes, zones.
To be able to recognize them for people who visit the space for the first time. So the alignment of similar elements can give us a sense of calm, a pureness of view. To use the contrast between two colors, as you have just said, white and black, black and white, is the most relevant contrast between the absence of light, of the absorption, the complete absorption of light, and the complete reflection of light.
Oh, that's such a good way to put it. Yes, 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 yes. And even in the combination thereof, we like to use local artists. We just did a project where we used a local artist, and she brought in black, I had her bring in black and white because we were punctuating with some color. So let's talk about this beautiful artwork behind me, which is so special. Finally, it's been a while since you sent it to me, right?
Yes.
Rolled up. I had it mounted on foam board, and I thought
it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's just not. It wasn't. As substantial as I wanted. So one of my teammates who used to own a frame shop put it in this beautiful shadow frame. We just got it hung.
Yes, I love it. Thank you very much.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. And this, you say neutrals, but actually, Patrizia, I saw this on one of her projects. Stunning. In fact, maybe you can add that picture to your collection that we'll put on the YouTube channel, because it was the star of the show. Back talking about theater, you can only have one star. The rest have to be, supporting. And so she had this as the star, very simple, on a wall, and then a very simple kind of modern mid-century chair, if I recall. And maybe a rug. That was it. It was absolutely breathtaking. And I said,
thank you.
Let's find out where can I get that print? And the colors, the energetic colors of the orange and the hot pink, and you can even see some lilac up in there, flanked by the black, shadowed by the black, just stunning. But this is a case where you weren't afraid to use color.
Yes.
But you had to use it as the star of the show with everything else as a supporting. Yeah.
So I love color, but I think that the choice to use it, or like these bold colors you have back to you in the picture, or to use black and white, is a choice that can be meditate. I think, for example, I use this kind of picture in one of my staging and restyling design in the dining room, but in the service spaces, like in the hall or in the corridor, I use a gallery of black and white pictures.
Yes.
So I neutralized the space, and I made those spaces more metaphysical. I mean, more abstract.
Right.
So
some people might confuse that, the metaphysical, abstract. But I know what you're saying. It's more, giving your mind that rest, going inward, feeling calm. This is some people may have this.
I mean, these spaces are the corridor or the entrance hall is spaces of connection of the other key rooms of the flat.
Exactly.
So it can be more relaxing and able to add people in the walking through the flat, able to is like the contrast between full and empty, full of color, full of emotion, full of multi-sensory feelings.
Yes.
And in contrast, to have a moment of relaxing or calm.
Yes, relaxing, and I would imagine that you also integrate movement. Like, we teach, that repetition creates movement. So like if we have a long hallway before maybe we get to a flat, a townhome, because we have those in town here.
Mm-hmm.
I've often used like 3 circular mirrors to create movement, because repetition creates movement.
Yeah.
To the next space.
You have to be a partner in an abstract partner for the visitor in his walking through.
Yes.
So this kind, the more natural pictures are able to welcome people and to invite them to continue their walking through.
Yes. And I just want to touch on that. That's such a good point, that a lot of people, if you are a homeowner and you're looking to sell your home, and maybe your realtor or the stager says you have to depersonalize, or you have to neutralize the wall color or something like that. Again, it's to the psychology, buyers justify price with emotion. And what we do with artful expression is create that emotion. And there is a science behind the creativity, and that is, to have that continuity, that flow that Patrizia is talking about, for the calming connection, let's say, of an entry, moving into the next space, and then illuminating with the star of the show with something like this. And then, creating that movement from space to space. That's where that intangible thing, that if you're a realtor watching this and you've shown tons of properties, your buyer has given you their must-haves, you've shown them properties that have those, and they say, well, the realtor says, so are you ready to make an offer? And the potential buyer's like, no, I don't know. I'll know it when I feel it. They haven't felt it yet. And this is what this discussion is about today, is creating that poetical, connected, joyful, beautiful, metaphysical feeling. So let's talk about the last point here, and then we're going to open up for questions. By the way, Jeff, on your iPad, I can't see questions, so you're going to have to fix it for me. Please ask questions, type questions, let us know you're there. Don't be a troller. If you're out here watching, ask a question, say hi. We want this to be interactive. And so our last point of discussion with Patrizia is poetical harmony and balance with Scandinavian influence. And I know we've touched on these, in our previous discussion, but how can we, from a pragmatic, from folks on this side of the pond, how can we obtain, if we wanted to have a Scandinavian flair, what would be some of the components that you would recommend? Because I want to tell you, here in the US, particularly in Texas, I've never seen so many storage units in my life, which tells you we all have, at least in the US, too much stuff. Okay. I can attest, I have renovated my house and donated truckloads full, bag loads full, etc. Yes, I have warehouse storage, but it's for my business. But we all just collect too much stuff. So if someone listening, is thinking, I want freedom from stuff too, with this lockdown, I've done a lot of, decluttering and organizing. But I'd like to add, I really like the kind of Scandinavian. Now, when I think of Scandinavian, I think of IKEA.
Yes, but it's not so.
Some of it is. I mean, some of it is.
Because I mean, IKEA, the core business is IKEA, that in Italy is IKEA, so it's very different, is the philosophy of democratic design. So design for people, design for all people, for everyone. And so they was inspired by the masterpieces of modern design culture, of modern Danish culture in particular, and or Finnish, the famous very, very simple stool that IKEA produces since the beginning of his career, with a circle seat and 3 legs, L-shaped, was designed by the master architect Alvar Aalto. He is a Finnish architect. He is a master of modern design, of organic design, at the beginning of our 20th century. So IKEA in reality is a collection of the most important masterpieces in the Scandinavian design, in the Danish design. I have a secret here. This is a pillow.
Love it.
And I can see you.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. It's a
Beautiful.
pillow that I bought 2 years ago in Copenhagen, which is the capital of Denmark. And the palette of color is combined with the color of sky, of sea, and use of nuances of pink, of natural skin color. So this mix and match, it's so important to create a Scandinavian Danish atmosphere in your flat, for example. And another piece of furniture very interesting is the so-called egg chair or swan chair.
Love it.
Many typical Scandinavian piece of furniture I've got names inspired by nature, a swan, an egg, because they are so special to remind us about the relationship, the symbiosis between nature and mankind. And this is,
I love that. Yes.
and
Between
this
nature
is
and mankind.
the key to create a Scandinavian atmosphere.
Yes.
The sense of family is very, very important in Danish culture. They have to be in home for during the winter for long months due to the dark and snow climates. But they have a summer with a long day of sun, because the sun rises at 6 o'clock and goes down at 10 o'clock in the evening.
Wow, nice.
So it's beautiful delight in every moment of the year and every moment of the day during the summer. I was there for the first time 25 years ago, because my best friends of mine are Danish and they live in Copenhagen. So nice. I visited them many times, once a year during the last 20 years.
Wow.
And there are another typical accessories that this vase, named Savoy vase, designed by Alvar Aalto. He has a wave-shaped form.
Beautiful.
And when he designed it, he thought about his experience during his childhood, because the Finland is full of lakes, is full of lakes, and this is the polylined shape of those lakes.
Of the lake? Really?
On the lake.
Is that made out of acrylic? Is it acrylic?
And no, it's in glass.
It's
Maybe
glass.
It's glass.
Absolutely
It's glass.
beautiful.
Is in glass, and there are different dimensions of this vase, smaller and bigger and taller, and 2 colors or 3 colors. Here, this is the colors of the sky, the colors of the sea, different situation, and also these glasses are a wave shape.
Yeah, I can see they have grooves in them, like the waves.
Yeah,
yes.
Wave, like a wave.
Yes.
And these were made and were designed by the same designer architect. And the Scandinavian design is mostly inspired by the morphological qualities of wood. I mean, the Danish, Sweden architects and designers are passionate of the wood, and they're able, thanks to their tradition in craftsmanship, to understand how to work in the best way the different essences of wood. I mean, birch, beech, oak, ash wood, to obtain different results in sense of aesthetics, shape, and structures.
I love organic. I love the whole organic essence of that. And I'm not going to steal any thunder here, but I'm gonna be revealing something as an entity of Tada by Cat that is on those same lines, completely organic. And you're going to be one of the first people that I share it with. We're super excited, but I'm not going to go into depth, but it's all along this whole aesthetic of connection, outdoors, bringing indoors, and being organic. So I absolutely love that. So we've got about 9 minutes left.
Yes.
And we've opened up for questions. Roger Hernandez, we need a translation on that one, I guess. But Jeff is asking, what is the color trend in design in Italy/Europe? Are you seeing any, I mean, we know there's a difference between trends and fads, but what are you seeing? Is there any particular color design or trend that you're seeing?
At the moment, every day, every year, every year, Pantone, I don't know if you like,
yes,
if you
Pantone.
know,
Mm-hmm.
Pantone has published a color of trend.
Yes.
But in my opinion, I don't follow the trend. So I prefer to think about the client.
Very good.
About the atmosphere I want to create for him, the climate, yes, the natural light, and the palette color that is the best for him.
Yes.
Now the different nuances of blue are trend.
Yes.
Okay, but I prefer to be free to choose the better for every project.
Yes, I certainly agree. I certainly agree on that. You know, we've seen so many, you know, blues, everybody, you know, in staging using the blues, you know, and, you know, in part it's, you know, it makes it easy. You keep buying blue and keep using it. That's for staging. You know, I myself have invested time and resources into getting 3 color certifications because color is complicated and I love color, but you do have to know how to use it properly. We can continue to use the blues in staging, just bring in a complementary or a triadic or a, another color with it to kind of change it up and not make it look, you know, the same. You know, my reason I have so much inventory is, quite frankly, I bore myself. I don't,
Yes,
I don't
absolutely.
want to see the same thing
So
over.
staging.
I don't want to see the
staging
over and over. Yeah, I don't want to see
same.
yeah, I don't do cookie cutter, you know. I'm sure I could do a lot more stagings if I did, but that's just not my business model, because each space to me is unique. It's organic. It is special. It breathes, and we breathe life into it. So, you know,
I agree with you.
just
Absolutely.
my philosophy on that.
Yeah. Yes or no.
So do we have any more questions out there? We've got somebody, let's see. Hey, Sandra, are you still with us? We've got a question. We've got something from Roger, but I don't, it's in Spanish. I don't know.
Spanish. Whoa.
Okay, I have another question from my proctor. He's great at coming up with questions to keep the conversation going. And this is a great one. And I have my feelings on where it comes, but tell our viewers, where do you get your inspiration for your work?
Okay. First of all, I think that to talk with the client, to have a briefing with him or them is the basic moment to create a relationship with the space I'm going to design for them in interior design.
Right. So definitely you need to find out what the, you know, how the client wants to live, how they want to be inspired, what are their power words. But so you're obviously inspired by the client, but for your
okay.
or inside
of me. Oh, okay. I think that to walking around the house and outside and inside, to study the history of the place where the house is, and to sketch freely, to leave the pencil flows on the paper. I love to draw by hand without technological devices. It's the first moment of my creation. So sketching and sketching.
And so you become self-inspired. It sounds like, you know, as you are creating.
I read something that I think I'm looking for something that can inspire me to be feeling free, to buy inspiration, to find inspiration everywhere.
Awesome. So Jeff had another question. Thank you for that. I love that answer. Tell us on the business a little bit. Staging. How is staging received today? I know it's, you know, Europe is you know, on the trajectory, moving up, having a you know an uphill battle. But what are you finding? How is the reception?
now the situation is really better than 2 years ago, because people now start to know what home staging is. The realtors are more aware about it.
Perfect.
So the things are better than 2 years ago. 2 years ago, yes. But we have to work. We have to work. We have to work for a long trip.
Yes. Yes, it's education, education, education.
Yes.
So Nicole had a question, and she says, here in America, the TV, or what I call the throne, and placement of the TV is important. So, like in our business, I have probably a dozen faux TVs, because we do a lot of investor properties where, they're not like new homes where they have a TV room or a media room or a game room. But people, because they're older homes and they're renovating them and flipping them. But when people walk in, they want to know, where is my throne going to be? Where's my TV going to be? Do you have that same issue in Italy in terms of television?
Not exactly, if I have understood correctly, because I know in US you have placement. I read about TV throne, but in Italy not. It's different.
Okay. So potential buyers don't need to see where do people have big screen TVs, or do they watch small ones? What's the general?
In this way. Okay. No, it depends on people. Some people don't like to watch TV, and for other people is the focus of the house. So it depends on people. It's not a must, obviously.
Okay.
It's a cult for people who are fond of sport.
It's what? I'm sorry.
It's I said for people who are fond of sport, want to see matches, yes, of the favorite
teams. Yes.
Team. So it's important.
Sure. Yeah, I think here in America we have an over obsession of that. Yeah. I mean, when I was working for a builder years ago, we had a 3rd floor media room, and my buyer was going to build it from the ground up, and he literally put in like 4 big screens.
Incredible. No, probably we don't usually have a room for the TV because the flats are too small to have these kinds of room.
Yes.
But the people who have got a big villa, they can have a room dedicated for media. So
for the flats, the small flats, and I'm not talking about staging, but just living, do people have big screen TVs, or do they have, small? How big is standard? Like here, it is customary for someone to have a 60 or 70-inch screen. That's customary.
No. We don't have this kind of screen. No, usually.
Okay. You hear that? You hear that, US? We're watching way too much TV.
Yeah.
Okay, well, is there any other question? Hey, Crystal. Sally's watching. Hey, Sally. Cody's here.
It is the focal room in staging in Italy. The living room. Tonya.
Tanya, what's the focal point or room in staging in Italy?
The living room.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sure.
Because it is the main room, the largest room And we usually have the kitchen in a room apart, not in an open space. So the living room is the key room.
The key room, almost like a parlor, like what we used to call a parlor, or, because the kitchen is separate. It's not open concept like we have here.
Yes. We don't.
Okay, so this is way off board before we sign off. And again, did I give you your flower yet?
Oh, thank you. Can you send me?
I'm gonna send it to you.
Yes, of course.
Computer.
I'm waiting for it. Beautiful smell.
Yes, it does. Let me smell it for you. Oh yeah, it smells good. It does smell good. Okay, so this is way off topic, but I know everybody wants to know, what's your favorite thing, Italian food, to eat?
It's pizza.
Really? All right. Okay, so anybody going? Yeah, we'll have to find out where you go for pizza, or maybe come to your house and you can make us pizza.
Oh yeah.
Is that true? Is that true that pizza did not actually originate in Italy?
Yes. Oh, yes.
It did. Oh, it's just different. Like not a lot of sauce like we have.
So it's pizza is originated in Italy, but in other parts of the world there are many reinterpretation of pizza.
Yes, but how do you eat pizza? Is it like American tomato sauce, pepperoni, like that?
The classical pizza is made of mozzarella cheese, yep, and tomato and basil.
Oh, nice. Simple. I love
simple, very
Europe. It's simple.
Mediterranean diet.
And is the crust thin or thick?
In the southern Italy, Naples, high, and in Rome and in the northern Italy, thick. It depends.
Yes, I did have it in Rome. It was thin. I had one bite. Oh, yes. It was amazing. Amazing.
Crunch pizza.
Yes. Thank you so much, Patrizia. I so appreciate it. And again, if you're just tuning in, this will be recorded, is recorded, and will be put to our YouTube channel, Tada by Kat. It will have some fabulous pictures that we didn't share on this format, which is more conversational, but we're going to have that inserted into the recording. And all of Patrizia's information, et cetera. If you're watching from Europe or Italy and you would like to look into her services, I'm sure she would love to hear from you. We do this every Friday. Next Friday, we are going to have the chairwoman and CEO of International Association of Home Staging Professionals and stagehomes.com, Jennie Norris, is going to be joining us with some awesome topics. Look for those to be posted. Same time, 10 a.m. And in the meantime, stay positive, stay hopeful, stay connected with us every Friday at 10 a.m. And check out our Instagram and Facebook and pay it forward with positivity. Have a super weekend, everybody. Thank you, Patrizia.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.